I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you were destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room for our subconscious, our spiritual journey. Whatever it is, I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you. Well, welcome aboard to another edition of the Coach's Corner. My name is Marcus Sillett, and assuredly I bring to the table my personal and professional issues, of which I have learned wisdoms, and I trust that I also can bring to the conversation that we have each and every day the opportunity to share wisdoms from the scars of this journey of life that we travel. And also, I trust that I will earn the right to speak into your life. Once again, thank you so very much. Not going to keep you long today. Thank you for my iTunes listeners, for those that are listening now on Shoutcast Radio, those on Blog Talk Radio. We're working hard to get you SIBN radio programming wherever internet radio is listened to. And so that's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it. Thank you so much also for those joining us on iBroadcast TV for our other content, web TV content. And thank you just to my Twitter followers and Spreaker followers. I thank you so much. I am humbled that you have stopped by to listen, to chat. And even for those of you that don't want to chat back, I've learned to live with that. It's fine by me. It's your life, not mine. If you really want to walk in the wisdom of the matter, two are better than one. Today's thought, the spirit of your transactions. Mr. Engineer, are you ready? Yeah, he's on it. He's on it. He's on it. The spirit of your transactions is what I mean by that is this. You could be going along in life and you can be doing extremely well. And this goes for all of us, particularly the young, but it goes for all of us. You could be doing extremely well. You could be focused. And generally this happens when you are focused the best, when you're laser focused. And all of a sudden up comes an interest, a desire. A biblical principle states that we are not tempted with lust by someone else, paraphrasing, but we are tempted when we are drawn away of our own desire, And when we are drawn away on our own desire, what happens is we begin minuscule, if you will, transactions, and the spirit of the transaction dictates whether or not we stay on focus or not, on task or not, on mission or not. Generally speaking, the spirit of the transaction dictates. It's almost like a cover distraction. That's what it should have been. The show should have been called today, Covered Distractions, because then we begin to focus on our desire rather than our discipline. We begin to focus on our reach for something rather than our regiment. I felt that right there. And so I'm not going to keep you today, but I want to encourage you, challenge you, and to make sure you understand that you must watch the spirit of your transaction. You want to make sure that there is nothing being shared through wrong associations or neutral associations. That's one of the most dangerous types of associations you can have. Associations who are not really harming anyone, but they're not really going anywhere. And they're just in a full chill. And so you're making transactions daily, weekly, monthly with these type of neutral associations. They don't mean any harm. They're not pushing for any particular agenda. They're not living life on purpose and purposing to live life within the framework of destiny. And so if we continue to do business with these people, to do business with these kinds of neutral people, we end up picking up the spirit of these neutral associations through the transactions. The transactions might be honest, but just because something is honest doesn't mean it is wholesome. I felt that right there. Just because it's honest. Well, what's wrong with, and there you fill in the blanks. Well, what could be any harm done if, and you can fill in the blanks. The bottom line is, if you and I are connected in a neutral zone, but there is no definition of purpose, there's no definition of movement, there's no definition of the momentum that we require to attract to us what we need, and so forth and so on, then we're almost wasting our time, and we're bound to be distracted. First thing it does, the spirit of the transaction changes your consciousness and how you look. All of a sudden you become more tense, more rigid, more timid, more aggressive. Start leaning more towards your feelings more rather than trying to use reason or intelligences or spiritual principle. The spirit of your transaction can threaten and thwart your best intention, because intention must be guarded. Intention must be guarded. So I want to encourage you. I want to provoke you, as I do myself. And I would want you to do the same for me, that desires can lead to neutral associations where the spirit of the transactions that occur between those neutral associations threaten the security of our future. And if we are not careful, we'll find ourselves fighting to stay ahead, fighting over really what seems to be nothing, but fighting to recover ground lost in a neutral zone, a zone that wasn't for, but yet wasn't against. It had no momentous movement toward the future. And so the spirit of your transaction can harm you if you're not careful. This can harm me if I'm not careful. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. Are you in a neutral zone with someone? I've been in several neutral zones. I've been in a place where I've said I've fallen and I'm not sure I want to get up. And then I realize that this situation was neither for me nor against me, so therefore I will not be going anywhere anytime soon. And my long-term goals will be put on hold. So I have to decide. And that's the edifice, if you will. That is the crux of today's thought. You got to decide. Every day, every moment, we decide. Not only is this transaction within the legal framework of my destiny, but is it moving me forward? This is the coach. Follow me on Twitter if you can.